are absolutely astronomical. All that, much more on this edition of Inside Cal High Sports.
Hi everybody, I'm Jim Watson. Welcome to
Cal High Sports. We'll visit with Cathedral High's record-setting quarterback, Robert De La Cruz. We're coming right back.
Welcome back to Inside Cal High Sports. Jim Watson on campus at Alemany High School. We already talked about a quarterback that plays here, Casey Clausen. We know you've heard of him. There's another guy that plays at tiny Cathedral High School in Los Angeles, and maybe you've heard of this guy too. Last year he set the California state record by throwing for 61 touchdowns. That's just silly. And almost 3,900 yards, the second best ever. In fact, it would have set a California record if Kyle Bowler hadn't thrown for that incredible 4,800 yards last year. Looks like the Phantoms have another scary one in their backfield. Remember, a couple years ago, Chris Hanks was the big name. Well, now it's Robert De La Cruz. Here's Adriana Banovich.
Robert De La Cruz, the first high school quarterback in the nation to throw for 60 touchdown passes in a season, and he was only a junior at the time. It all started last November when Cathedral took on St. Genevieve High School.
Obviously, we didn't go and think we were going to break any records. I didn't know about it until halftime. Someone came out of the stands. I still to this day do not know who it is, and he said, "Your quarterback's only 3 away from a state record," and actually told me a national record. And so well, that's kind of interesting. I said, but you know, the game's not that close. I don't want to be throwing the ball too much. And about 6 minutes left in the game, we were out by about 30 points. And so I asked Coach Page over here, who's a very nice guy, I called a timeout, asked him if he minded that we throw the ball one more time because he's 1 away from the state record. And his exact words were, you know, you guys are a class act. You guys deserve to go for it. So, you know, we did, and, you know, everyone was happy.
I didn't expect to throw as many touchdowns. It just clicked, and especially with Irvin, I wasn't really like going to him, like making all the passes to him. The plays weren't to him. He was just open. So I think that was a big accomplishment.
Robert's choice receiver is junior Irvin Johnson, and the two athletes have formed a winning bond on the field.
The way we click is we just like we're two separate people. Like we hardly don't listen to anyone, but like we know our stuff, and like Coach lets us do what we got to do to make stuff happen.
With or without his receiver, one thing is clear. This guy has got the stuff to make things happen.
He's not a big guy, but he's a great arm. He's very smart, and he'll do well. He's probably not a Pac-10 type player, but he'll do well somewhere. He'll be playing on Saturday next year for sure.
At 6 feet, 170 pounds, Robert De La Cruz may be only average in size, but this quarterback definitely has big ideas about how the game should be played.
He lets me be free and do what I want to do. Like I tell him what kind of defense. He tells me, he tells me what we should do in the offense. He asks me for my advice, and he tells me, and we work together as a team. So that's what pretty much gets us to click so good.
Robert invariably thinks he knows a great new play to put in every week. And sometimes, you know, if we get up to a pretty good lead, I say, Robert, go for it. You know, let's try it. This is your play. You know, you deserve it. And he thinks all the time. He's like a coach on the field.
So, does this record-breaking quarterback feel any pressure to outdo last year's performance?
No, I don't think so. I'd rather just have a good solid year, nothing over-exaggerating, nothing too young, just a good, real solid year.
61 touchdown passes, 3,800 yards, all that as a junior. Big things expected from Robert De La Cruz at tiny Cathedral High School.
Of Irvin Johnson, a highly